And I'm recording here, by the way. Yo, this is take 91.5. Yo, welcome to Porterverse Prada.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Porter, and that's Prada Jones.
Let's go.
So what we're going to talk about on this show, I don't even want to call it a podcast on this show. We're going to talk about money, life, success, and all that. I know you guys already know Prada Jones, super viral online.
Let's go.
Every social media platform, he's blowing up, helping people get the funds, and they get the funds to be able to invest in real estate, and that's what we're going to talk about today, and that's why we got Lenny Hernandez in the building,
What up?
a.k.a.
Lendo.
Lenny
Auctions on IG.
Right, Lenny
Follow
Auctions.
my guy.
We'll put it on the bottom of the screen, all right? So first and foremost, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
This
is good.
Yeah.
And I'm on the first one.
And you're on episode number 1. Make sure you're up on that mic. We want to get your audio nice and good and everything, before when these lights turn off or these cameras turn off, because we having some technical issues in here, man. If anybody wants to get an internship on an amazing podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Swing through. Yeah. Come on.
DM internship.
But gotta set up that automation right now.
Right. So
yeah.
Let's get right into it. I need money, and everybody listening and watching needs money. And the economy is nuts. Eggs cost $75 per shell, and it's crazy out here. So we need to find out other ways to make money that doesn't include taking all of our time, all of our day, the way we can invest money to be able to get some passive, semi-passive, just extra money. We all know real estate is the number one way most people not get away from taxes, but avoid heavy taxes and get passive income and be able to give back to their family when they pass away. But before we talk about how to get the real estate, we need to get the money, right? So there's two ways we could do this. One, you could work half your damn life to be able to save up for your down payment, or you could leverage your credit, which has to be good credit, in order to get the bag from the bank to invest in real estate. So let's talk about the money first. Prada, that's where you come in. Let's get active.
Listen, let's get active. You already know what it is, man. The main way you want to access the funds from the bank is by leveraging good credit. If you leverage good credit, you'll be able to go to any bank in the United States of America and access funds, whether that's personal funding or business funding. Now, me personally, I like to focus on business funding. And business funding is typically credit cards, business loans, or business lines of credit. Any of the three can get you the money that you need to invest back in your current business or into real estate like we're talking about today.
Right. Fix your mic for me. Like your Jay-Z right here, straight up. All right, so check. That was a cough. So
Smokers cough at that. It's like,
so I want to try to simplify this, right? Mm-hmm. If you have bad credit, you fix your credit, then you build your credit profile, then you go for funding, then you invest the funds.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's it.
All right. We'll do a whole podcast on just fixing. We won't do that now.
Right.
So we're going to start from you have a credit score of 720. Okay. Mm-hmm. You're doing really good on the score side, right?
Right.
Funding. How do you build your profile so you can get funded, so you can walk inside of a bank and say, hey, I do need $80,000 for this down payment. And they look at your credit profile and say, oh, no problem. Bang. How do you do that?
So typically, and we're going to start with business funding. We're going to talk exactly about business funding, because business funding will allow you to get multiple lines of credit, right, or credit lines, and that's included, like I said, credit cards, business lines of credit, and business loans, and you won't put yourself in a box which stops you from getting more funding. When you go for the personal and you get multiple credit cards, I know you guys probably heard about credit card stacking, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Credit card stacking is the process of getting multiple credit cards in a small amount of time, and avoiding high inquiries along the way. So you get, let's say, 10 different credit cards all at once, and you use those funds to make your investments. Most people do that on the personal side. We do it on the business side because it doesn't affect your personal credit. All right. So let's just say we went around and did that, because that's the easiest way to get the funding. Right, credit cards have a different underwriting guideline than business loans and business lines of credit. It's easier to get credit cards. So now you get 10 credit cards under your business and they accumulate to say 100K or more, right? Now you can take those funds from those credit cards and invest with Lenny Auctions at the auction and get a property.
Ooh, that's the name of your show. At the auction with Lenny Auctions. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Okay.
That is fire.
So let's back up a bit because you made that sound way too easy.
It's a layup, man.
All right. Just give us a short version of how you could build your profile. So you got a 720 because you live life, you had a car, you know, you had some credit cards, but you want to build the profile so you can walk in and they're going to give you the money. Definitely.
Yeah.
Give me a couple ways where you could show your profile strong enough to be able to get those funds.
So we got to talk history, and history will show mostly your relationship with these trade lines, these banks, right? They want to see basically a 24-month look back. What were you doing in the last 24 months? Do you have credit cards from the last 24 months? What was the relationship with those credit cards? Did you max out the credit card? Were you staying beneath a 30%, 20%, 10%? Or were you at zero? You never used it at all. Like, they want to know your spending habits, and that's what's going to determine whether or not they give you the approval you're looking for.
Okay. And, am I right in saying you need to show that you have already taken loans?
Yes. If you can show me that you've taken a loan before, that's going to increase your chances of getting what you're looking for, right?
Right.
That credit card or that loan or that line of credit. If you didn't ever have a loan, you should get a loan, right? When's the best time to get a loan? If you haven't gotten one 2 years ago or a year ago, the best next time is today. Get a loan. Use that loan to start building that profile. Most people are going to be like, why would I go get a loan if I don't need a loan? Well, you're structuring your profile at this point so that in the future you can go to the bank and say, hey, I am good with money. Hey, I have been loaned 100K or 50K or 5K, whatever it may be. I've been lent money and I took care of business, and today I want more money. So by the time you come to me and ask me for money, if I'm the future lender, they can see, oh, you know, Mr. Auctions, he has taking care of business, you know, and they feel comfortable giving you new money.
Right. Are we
trying to avoid the technical difficulties and the peripherals?
All right, so we're gonna have podcasts where we break down every. Well, we have to do a Patreon for that one. They gotta pay a little bit for that one.
No,
but we're gonna break down every step on how to get in, right? When it comes to real estate, most people are scared of real estate. I'm scared of real estate.
Yeah.
I'm around a whole bunch of investors all day, every day, and still I'm like,
yeah, sure.
I still feel like, what do I do though?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? After hearing all the information.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
I feel like even if I know a good percentage, it's scary. Like, I always feel like I should go in with somebody the first time.
100%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to walk me how this feels. So real estate's scarier than most people. Most people don't have it, but the people who do have it usually have tons of money because they get it, right? Mm-hmm. So, Lenny, tell us the easiest, painless way to get in without overextending, you know, your lack of knowledge, really.
So I do primarily auctions, right? But just because I do auctions doesn't mean I just get properties from auctions, right? There's pre-foreclosures before they go to the auction. There's after they go to the auction, they become bank REOs. You know, you could buy those.
So real quick, not to cut you off, but auction meaning someone doesn't pay their mortgage, so the bank takes it over.
Correct. Share of sales.
Share of sales.
Yep.
It's called a share of sale, and then the bank sells it to.
They bring it to the auction, and then people bid on it, right? So you stop paying your mortgage. What happens is there's a process, New Jersey. And what end up happening is at the very end, it goes to sheriff's sale, and then that's where I go to the auctions.
So you're there with a bunch of men and women like you.
Yep.
Who are ready to buy for a good deal.
Yep.
And you go back and forth until someone sold.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you really got to know your numbers because the auctions is the only place that you could win and lose at the same time, right? You overbid, and now you just bought a property you can't get out of,
right?
Or whatever, right? So you asked me a question. You said, what's the most painless way? The most painless way is trying to get to those people prior to them going to the auction and having to compete with everybody, right?
Like literally, like ding dong.
100%. And that's the route that we like going because those people are already in a situation, right? It's no surprise to them.
Oh, so this is perfect. So you're saying someone by some way couldn't pay their mortgage, and as a result, their house is going to be on the auction. You try to cut off the other competitors at the auction by going directly to those people, literally physically at their homes,
Correct.
ringing the bell, knocking
Correct.
on the door. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these people are losing their homes, so they're probably not in the best mood in those days. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at somebody's doorstep?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff that happens, right? But the craziest is, and it wasn't actually to me, but it was a friend of ours. Kept on knocking on the door, The guy wasn't answering, didn't want to talk to him. Literally, the property goes to the auction. And right after the auction, the guy who actually bought it, who's a friend of mine, goes back to the house. The guy kills himself. Yeah.
Like the guy that lost the house.
The guy that lost the house, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
But he killed himself when your friend got there, or he was just already?
He killed himself, after the house went to the auction. Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah, and it was crazy. And, once they got inside the house, they found all kinds of explosives and all kinds of things like that, which was scary for my friend because you're dealing with somebody who wasn't there.
Right.
So, maybe knocking on the door.
Door knocking,
yeah.
we should eliminate that. Like no more door knocking, man.
So that was the craziest. That was the craziest thing. All kinds of crazy things happened, but that was that's and that didn't happen to
I
me.
wanted a funny thing. I didn't want this dark. This got dark real. I don't even have a joke for that.
No.
Hell no.
But you go to people's houses. Right?
That's an explosive story. Go ahead.
They're in a situation. All you can do, what I do, is I'm not trying to go over there.
No pun intended.
I'm not trying to go there and say, hey, you want to sell your house? Because, they're in a situation, right? So I ask them what their plan is. Are they looking to keep the house? Based on whatever they say, that's what we start doing, right? If there's a situation that maybe we can do a short sale, or a situation that we can get them current, right? Meaning pay their back payments and do some kind of joint venture or something like that. There's many things.
So you're saying you can help them and still make a profit?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Because if you go there, right, they've gotten all the letters, they've gotten all the calls. And if you go there and you're like, yeah, I want to buy your house, well, where are they going to go, right? They might not have a plan. Mm-hmm. So we try to go speak to them, find out what their situation is, and then from there, figure out what kind of plan we could do. Sometimes we've actually helped them get a new place so we can take over that place and fix it up, sell it. We do splits sometimes with them, right? If it goes to sale, chances are they're not going to make anything.
So how long have you been doing this?
Very long. 2006, share of sales.
Wow. So you're rich?
I'm okay.
Yo, why don't rich people like to say they're rich? Why when you're well off, you don't say, hell yeah, I'm fucking well off.
Are you
bro.
rich?
I'm rich, bro.
Damn. I'm the only non-rich.
I'm not wealthy though, so I'm being rich, and being rich is subjective to your vision of being rich, right?
Exactly.
How you feel. Like I mean, $100 could be. I'm rich. I got $100.
Nah, we know what we talking about.
What we talking about? Break it down.
Well, yeah. What is rich?
What
right?
is rich?
I think rich is when you can go away for months on end and still you have to have money. I don't think rich is your income. Because you could make $1 million a year, but your bills could be $700,000 a year. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rich is like, okay, I don't have to work the next 6 months. I don't feel like working this year. I'm gonna start next January. To me, that's rich. Because you can have a lot of money coming in and a lot of money going out.
You wouldn't want to do that. You always want to stay active doing stuff. Right?
It's true.
I can't see you just sitting around.
Are you talking about me personally?
Yeah.
I would be on the beach making reggae songs. No, don't get it twisted. I would be creative. I want to do my creative stuff, and I would want to get paid for my creativity.
Yeah.
But doing what you really, really want to do. A lot of people say, most people don't like their job. A lot of people say they like their job, but they're kind of just settled in it, and it's okay for them.
Yeah.
But how many people say, like, I can't wait to go to work this morning?
Yeah. Not too many. But the thing about it is, rich, successful, whatever the case may be, or just having the time that you want to pursue things that you actually want to do, it's a good blend when you have enough passive income to replace your current earned income. So if you can make enough passive income to say, I don't need to go to work anymore, now you're free. You can figure out the rest. It's like, shit, I've been busting my ass for, 9 to 5s to make $5K a month. And $5K is, let's just say it's comfortable at $5K, but you don't have any time. You don't have any time to do anything else. If you can replace that $5K with passive income, now you're free.
So wait. I need you to rewind that and say it again. So your definition of rich, which I may be agreeing with, the Prada Jones definition of rich is when you can have passive income replace your
earned income.
So when your passive income replaces your earned income,
you're now financially free.
Right, because everything else you do is going to be cherries on top.
Cherries on top, and you could build on your lifestyle at that point. It's like,
So if you're, this is rough for me. Because when I see really, really, really busy people, regardless of what they make, I kind of feel like they're not rich.
Well, they might want to do that, right? A lot of people love chaos.
Like you have a busy. I'm not sure who the busiest person is. I'm not the busiest. I am extremely busy, but like most of it's like in my mind. Like Lenny would literally I have a call at 1:30, and then at 2 I have this, and I'm driving all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and but do you love that?
I do.
So you love the calls in the car on the highway.
I left corporate back in 2001. Right. For me, what I wanted was not to have to answer to anybody. Like I don't have to answer to anybody besides my wife. Right. That's about it.
That's the toughest one.
Yeah. But for me, I wanted, to have her stay home with the kids, do all that stuff, right? And then where I could just do what I do and be able to decide, all right, I want to do this. I want to get into this. I want to learn about this. For me, it's always been about that. I love, that's like being an entrepreneur. Right?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't mind the chaos because it's like, for me, it's organized chaos, right? I know that, I'm doing this, but as soon as I leave here, I got to do something else. And I'm okay with just doing that. In fact, at nighttime, when, I'm not doing anything, I find myself restless. Like I'm not doing anything. I need to be doing something.
Is it just to be doing something, or is it productivity?
No, it's either learning something that I'm going to apply to something else. It's not just like watching TV or something like that, right?
Okay.
It's learning something that is going to benefit me in a venture or a business or something, or learning something new.
Sure.
It's always been something great.
Sure. So with that said, learning something new that could end up being productive to you and your family and bringing more income for everybody behind you. That's kind of what you two are doing with the challenge you have coming up.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's called the Investors Challenge.
Right.
And basically it's within the subject matter where we're talking right now. Prada Jones, being the credit and funding guy, is going to teach everybody who signs up how to get the funds, right? How to make sure their credit profile is
great. You gotta make sure the profile is great. I'm gonna give you tools and tips on cleaning up the profile, right? If you have derogatories, you need that credit repair. We're not gonna spend too much time on that, but definitely I'll give you tools to take care of that. If you're in that position, you're in that scenario, we're gonna fix the credit. We're going to build the credit, then we're going to go for funding. I'm going to lay that all out to you how that works, so that way you guys can access $50K, $100K, get with Lenny, get some property, and get in the game.
Right. So now you have the money in your hand, right? And you were talking about the auctions. And I just want to back up for a minute, because when people are listening, I'm telling you, to you guys, it sounds like the everyday simple thing, but it's complex words that most people don't understand. So they do understand, get your credit right, build a profile. They kind of understand what that means, and Prada's going to break that down. And they understand that Prada gets me money.
Yeah.
Now I need to invest that money. Lenny does real estate. How I come to you? I'm the first person. I got $150,000, right? Chase hit me with 150, or whoever hit me with 150, and now I'm like, I owe them a payment every month.
Sure.
And I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to Lenny. Like, what do we do? Like,
so it's a couple things, right? When you get into real estate, you want to figure out what is it that you want. Do you want to make fast money? Do you want to leverage, putting money on a house, a deposit on a house, and wholesaling it to someone right away? Do you want to fix and flip it, buy it, renovate it, and then just sell it for a profit.
All right. So help most people.
Yep.
What is the easiest way in? What do you recommend for someone who's brand new, who has the money in their hand?
I recommend them stacking up money by flipping their money. Basically, assigning deals, putting deals under contract, right? You could do that with anything. You could do it with auction properties. You could do it with properties that are not auction properties, working out a deal with the homeowners. You're leveraging a little bit of money, right? At the auction, it's a different story. You're putting down 20%. But if you could turn that property, you put down 20% on a property, and then you can turn around and sell that to an investor for $20,000 more. Well,
you're talking wholesaling now.
Wholesaling, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
If they're getting into the game, your exit for them is wholesale.
In the beginning, just to build up more money.
Okay.
Build up more money. Get familiar with the property.
So isn't Prada's point that you could just go get the money?
Yeah. Yeah, but when you get the money, right, you have to put it in something because you still have payments. Now we're talking about profit.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So with the money that Prada gets you, you're literally putting it down on a property, turning around and selling it to someone, assigning it, and then making that profit in between.
So this is the fastest way to get profit.
Yes.
Now you want to buy a prop. It sounds good. You buy a property, you sell a property, right? Mm-hmm. Now, like, and tell me if I'm wrong because I'm not the real estate professional. Right now, prices are slowly going down. Correct?
A little bit, but the need is still there, right? And unlike 2008, people have equity right now, and people are still, as long as the properties are renovated, they're selling fast, right? And it's different. It's a different market than before. I don't really see it coming down as fast as people think, like a big crash, like it was before.
Right. So if they find their first property, well, you're gonna. That's why I really want to go through me right now. I got the $150,000, right? And I go to you, and I'm like, okay, Prada did his thing. Now I got this bag of money. What are we even looking for? 1 family, 2 family, 3 family? What is?
So ideally, everybody wants multifamilies, right? Because they could do, they could have passive income. Mm-hmm. But what I try to look for when you're wholesaling, it doesn't matter. You could do a multifamily, but what I try to find is a single, right? Because you could turn around and sell it to an investor who wants to fix and flip it. You could sell it to somebody who's literally looking to live in it, right? There's more people that are looking to do that, right? But there are obviously, a big amount of investors that are looking for the multifamilies and stuff.
No, but that's interesting because no one's ever. I noticed you don't go with the real estate crowd and talking points of all the investors. I realize that everybody else is like, get your 2, 3, 4, or the Grant Cardones, like, don't start until you can get 16. Yeah. Your way is like, look, you're getting started, grab something at a good price, and preferably the one that has the most options willing to buy it. Yeah. Like, everybody's trying to get their first home. So now you have a whole group of people trying to get in there, and it's not an investment property. Everyone's not trying to buy a 3-family.
You're right.
And
You're right.
To that point, I would also say, if you get the single families, the exit now, it's a little bit different. And for me, I like, corporate housing. A single family for corporate housing is beautiful, right? They tend to like backyards. They like, more space, more rooms. Yep. That works. We've been talking about group homes, right? Group homes works for a single family versus those 3 families or the 4 families and things like that. A group home works perfect for that. So if you buy those single families, the exits are, you don't just have to flip them. You could keep them, and you don't have to house hack this whole strategy to still make great money, right? You can just do the single families and just change your exit. Don't go traditional. Don't go traditional tenants, go group homes, go, sober living, go corporate housing, and now you're in the game again.
And that's big.
Super big.
And it's going to be real big, right? All the baby boomers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got the money.
Yep.
I go to Lenny. Mm-hmm. Lenny helps me find and identify a good deal. And what is a good deal?
Well, something that's undervalued. You're not paying market value, right? I'm going to give you a quick story real quick, right? So shout out to Sharik if he's listening. So he came to me a long time ago, and when he first started, he wanted to get into real estate, And his idea to get into real estate is probably like a lot of people, right? Let me get into real estate. Let me get my first house, and then
Burr strategy.
Yeah. He wanted to do that. So I asked him. I said, well, how many people you're gonna involve? And he had a couple friends that were gonna do it. And I said, well, who has money? How much money you guys have? They didn't have a whole lot of money. I think he was the one putting up most of the money, which was roughly around probably like 20 grand, right? And I told him, I said, look, you can try that, but that's going to take a long time for 3 people to eat off of one rental. It doesn't make any sense. So I said, look, and at the time he had he had just gotten a really good corporate job and stuff, right? So I told him, I said, look, what we can do is this. And my mother happened to know his mother, so this was like a sticky ground. I couldn't tell him to quit his job or anything. But I said, look, if you want to do this full time, you can't work and do this, right? You have to pick one or the other. But I'm not telling you to quit, because I never tell anybody to quit.
Of course not.
Because, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to put it on you, whatever you want to do. But if you work with me, you're going to be working with me every day. We'll do the auctions and stuff. So he started off with $17,000. We turned that $17,000 into $425,000 by the end of the year.
12 months.
Yeah, and he kept half of it, right? And he's doing phenomenal now. Now he's able to do everything that he wanted to do, because this is years. This is when he first started. But it was just an example that a lot of people, even myself, when I first started, right? My father's a realtor.
Sure.
He's telling me, buy investment properties. And I did. I bought my first investment property. I became the landlord. I became the management. I became the roof fixer, window installer, whatever, trying to figure it out. And I made nothing.
Sure.
Right? So going that route, unless you actually have a clear plan, everything about it, I don't suggest just jumping into rentals, because there's so many different things that you need to learn, right?
Sure.
So what I always say is get in, don't go crazy. You don't have to put up all your money on something. Just lock up the deal. Just find a deal. That's why I'm always big on find that deal. Once you find that deal, you don't have to find buyers. They're going to find you. All you need to do is literally just post it in certain places, right? You got their Facebook marketplaces. You got all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I've never wholesaled a deal, bro. I've been a part of different real estate projects and things, but I've never wholesaled a deal. Is it really as simple as it sounds?
Yeah. So
good question.
Wait. All right. So it's yeah and no. Yeah. If you know what you're doing. No, if you don't know what you're doing. Just like anything else, right?
Yeah.
So when you're wholesaling a property, I think the biggest problem that I see people do is because the mindset of a wholesaler is they don't know when the next deal is going to come. Sure. And the problem is that they're trying to make as much as they can from that wholesale deal.
Okay.
Right. So they're trying to squeeze everything out of it. So they hit you with high numbers. Numbers don't make sense. And the other person, the buyer, always, it's a big mystery how much they got it for and all that stuff, right? So they're kind of like reluctant on dealing with newbies or whatever,
Sure,
right?
Sure.
So what I always say is when I lock up a property, we always tell them what we got it for.
Yeah.
And what we're selling it for.
Right.
Because if you can't say it, then I want them to know. I don't want them to think I got it for anything less.
Sure.
So there's wholesale deals you can do and make a little bit of money, and there's some wholesale deals that that can make a lot of money.
So let me back up, because we kind of just smoothed over this real quick like it wasn't a big deal. So Sharik, right?
Yep.
You said
17,000.
he came with, you know what I'm saying?
17.
He want to hear about the money real quick.
Yeah.
He came with $17,000.
Yep.
In 12 months.
And he got on your train, right? And within 12 months, the 17,000 turned to
425.
almost $500,000.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something.
He made half of that. Shout out to Sharik Mustafa.
You show me a check for $400,000, and I drop everything and work for you. What movie is that from?
I don't know.
Prada watches nothing, by the way.
Yo.
Hold on.
Listen, everybody,
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Everybody laughs at me. Yeah.
Yo, Prada works so hard and stuff. He knows nothing, bro.
Wolf of Wall Street is actually my joint, though. So
I said, yo, from now on, because I want to do a little bit current events, right? I don't want to all, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm always going to be the one like, who did what?
Who did? He don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. So we get the money. We find a property that we analyze properly.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Yes.
You put down the down payment, which has to be $20,000, right? I mean, sorry, 20%.
20%. Only if you're doing the auction, right? Only if you're doing the auction. If you get it before the auction, right, then you can get them current. Could be less, could be more, right? So the strategy that I'm talking about, the one that Sharik did, was at the auction.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But sometimes people don't have the 20. Well, actually, if they see you, they're gonna have the 20%.
Everybody's getting 20%.
Yeah. All right.
You get 20%.
So yeah.
You get 20%.
All right. So that's the fastest way, right? The fastest way is get the credit.
Yeah.
Get the funds.
Yeah.
Get to Lenny.
Yeah.
Find the property.
Mm-hmm.
Win at the auction if you can, but it's better to cut the auction off and go directly to the person. Hopefully they don't kill themselves, because then that's going to be on your mind for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And obviously there's many things in between, but that's why you have the Investors Challenge, where you go, it's a 5-day challenge.
5-day challenge. We go in depth on how to find the properties, analyze the properties, make sure you're buying right, because that's what it's all about, buying right.
Yeah.
Most people think it's about the sell, but you got to buy right in order to make the money, right? The money is in how you purchase, not how you sell. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get you the money. We're going to find you the money. We're going to get you with Lenny, and we might have something special where people can actually work directly with Lenny, not just get the information, and go out there and try it by themselves. We don't want anyone to fail with this. Lenny's got the experience, 20 plus years in the game. So it's like, if you guys want to get handheld to that point where you're investing with an investor, a seasoned investor like Lenny, we'll make it happen for you.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm feeling some type of way.
Yeah, I mean, trust me. It happens like that.
So Lenny, everybody, has been helping me out tremendously, basically putting me in rooms with what I would define as important, successful people.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, you do the rest, because he knows I can do the rest, right? I'm the people's person, but he's been throwing me everywhere, right? Which is amazing. The past, what we were, like 8 months, we've been everywhere. We've been in Atlanta, HC, meeting, big people, doing big things.
Yeah.
But I still feel a way, right?
Yeah.
I'm just as cool as Sharik, if not a little cooler.
Yeah.
I can get you $17,000.
Yeah.
I'll sell all this shit we're recording with right now.
Yeah.
If we're going to turn that to $500,000 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
So I got one more thing that's going to come off my credit, and I'm going to have the bag.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I'm trying to get activo. How you say active in Spanish?
Activo.
Activo.
Estamos
activo.
Is that what it is?
We are active.
Yep.
No, but how you say let's get active in Spanish?
Similarly, right?
Yo, isn't it funny when you ask
activos?
when you ask people who are Spanish, who speak Spanish, how to say something in Spanish, they never know how to say it. And then when they're talking to their friends, they're like, "Aquí yo quiero trago." You're like, "Yo, bro, I just asked you to say hello. You don't know."
I don't know how to say let's get active in
Me
Spanish.
neither. I just say
told you.
estamos activo because we're active.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you, because you were talking about, the 17,000, making $500,000, getting the money, blah, blah. And none of that. And I wish, Jyoti, feel free to jump in if you like, because I've been having debates about the word manifest and manifesting.
Yeah.
None of what you said sounds like you manifested anything. Do you believe in manifesting, or do you believe in you took a cup of water and you put a tea bag in it and you made the tea?
So it's funny you say that. So, for me, even when I was a kid, whenever I wanted something, right, I would just, it's basically what they call like the law of attraction or whatever, but I didn't think about it like that, because I still do it to this day, right? So whatever I really want, I'm really focused in on it like a laser, right? So I'm picturing it, every single thing about it. I'm picturing, what it's going to be like when I'm in it. Like, years ago, I wanted a Bentley. And I was like, wow, I really want this. And in my mind, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, all right, I'm grabbing the steering wheel. I'm smelling the leather. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm doing it. I'm just want it, right? And things just happen. Whether it's just because you're
God,
like,
bro, you're
fully
gonna have
focused
all
on it.
the women on your team. What do you mean things didn't just happen? How did you get the Bentley, Lenny?
In that particular case, anybody could get a Bentley if you want to have high payments, but I didn't want high payments. I just wanted to, one of my deals, I needed it to pay for the Bentley. right? And, I'm just focused in on it. And I guess you just start spotting the opportunities. And when you spot the opportunity, it could just be an opportunity that can profit you enough to be able to buy the car.
So did you manifest a Bentley, or did you do things that made you money in order to buy the Bentley? What is the definition of manifesting?
Dreaming, imagining, tasting without being actually there.
But taking action, right? I think for me, it's when you're really thinking about something and when you really want it, you're going to create those things, those moves, those connections, those things that are just going to get you closer to what it is that you want to do, right?
Yeah, I believe in that. I think it's a fine line between manifesting and executing.
Yes.
Right? So you have to have a little bit of both. You got to think of it so much that it makes your life change into going in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I want to be a rapper, I can't just be like, yo, one day I'm gonna be on the stage right next to Jay-Z doing, a whole set. It's like, all right, I am a rapper. I'm going to be the best. I need to be in the studio. I need to get the best producers. I need to get the best photographers. I need to get the best of everything to be the best someday. So the manifestation starts to become, a habit.
Yeah.
And that's how you get to that point.
Right. So aren't those just getting good habits?
Just good habits, man. I mean, the mindset portion of it plays a part, and I guess that's the manifestation. So
I think I always hear manifesting. This is no offense to anybody, but this is over the years because I'm just observant, right?
Yeah.
I always see manifesting, that word, coming from people that don't have the most things. I never hear from people who have the things that most people like or are more successful. Like when you ask somebody, one of the guys like, how do you get this? They start telling you. They don't say, well, one day I was on the couch and I manifested it. Bow. House. Bow.
Right.
Car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, and that's kind of, I like what you do, which I need more of in my head, is like breaking down, having a system, having steps. And, I feel like me saying I manifested anything takes away all the hard work. Like, no, hell no, I didn't manifest it. I made 1,000 songs. I spent 10,000 hours becoming better to the point where I could make one that everybody liked. And as a result, bigger people liked it. They invested in what I had because of how good it was. And it brought me to this place. And when I got there, I worked harder. You know what I'm saying?
I think, like you said, it goes hand in hand though, because you had to manifest that before you actually started doing it. You had to want it. The manifestation was the seeing.
No, manifesting, and I don't know. Can you find the dictionary? Manifesting sounds like, and I could be wrong, but the way people use it, it sounds like you were like, shalom. Like it sounds like you.
Yeah.
I feel like you're talking about imagining and thinking of it. Yes, you need to have imagination. Yeah. You need to think of it, and then you have to say, how do I get to 10? Yes. I want 10. I'm at
Reverse
1.
Engineer.
Oh, I want to be able to do 100 push-ups, but I want to do 10 every day or every other day. Do one extra push-up, and you get there. Yeah. You didn't manifest it. You thought about it, and you took action. Every day until you got to that point.
Yeah, I guess manifestation without execution is just a thought.
Yep.
That's what it. That's how it goes. Yeah.
And there's a lot of thinkers.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of thinkers.
Because we're in the information age where there's so much information you could just read all day and never actually do anything.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's a bunch of those people out there.
You got the definition?
Yeah, it's the clear or obvious to the eye or mind. That's the adjective. The verb is display or show a quality of feeling by one's acts or appearance or to demonstrate. So when you manifest something, it's like you said, it's the idea or you set a goal. You manifest an idea, set a goal, which is what you did, and then the actions he took to achieve that goal was.
Yep.
So it's all hand in hand. I mean, manifestation is the action as well.
So if you're hungry, you manifest a burger, then you actually go to the Burger King and get a burger. It's just a waste of. I know I'm gonna get killed.
No,
I'm gonna get killed in the comments for this.
The thing about it is and it's just, you could put a word to it. It's just, it doesn't matter. If you think of it enough, if it's going through your head enough, if you live it, you breathe it. The desire for it. By nature, certain things are going to start coming in.
Yeah.
And this is what I always like to say, right? What you know controls what you see. If you don't know about real estate opportunities and you're driving through Newark, New Jersey, and you see all these abandoned houses, if you don't understand the ability to purchase these houses and flip them or go through the auction, you'll never know what the hell that shit means.
Yeah, true.
So you seeing it, it's just a bando.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as you get that information, once you start getting that knowledge, you riding through the hood, you see it differently now.
Yep.
Like, shit, there's a lot of opportunity out here, man.
I got to reach out to that person.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I guess that goes hand in hand with manifestation as well, because once the information is installed and you have that knowledge, you now start seeing things differently. And while you go throughout your day, you're connecting with different people. You're doing different things that's going to get you to that goal, you know, to that end point. You know what I'm saying? So manifestation. We'll be here 2 days going through manifestation, bro.
You know what's funny though? I've never brought this word up to you, and once again, somebody successful like Prada Jones has never said that word in front of me. What's his tagline? Let's get active.
Yeah.
Let's get active, bro.
Because the rest is fluff.
Yeah, let's get active.
So let me tell you something about manifestation. I don't know if it's exactly about that, but something Lenny did, right? So as you know, for the last 6 months, I'm like, yo, I want to get a fly car. I need a fly car. Now, I don't need a fly car.
Sure.
But I want a fly car.
Sure.
Sometimes, like this apartment. I couldn't afford this apartment when I got in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't going to say the numbers, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And I was probably making $1,000 more than this apartment is every month. And you have all these other bills.
Yeah.
But I told myself, I know what the bottom feels like.
Yeah.
So the bottom can't hurt me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hop in what I want. I'm going to feel good. And I'm going to figure out how to make way over the amount to be able to live here.
Yeah.
And I did that and a lot more.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
I just want to look cool this summer. Can I look cool this summer?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm telling that to Lenny. Lenny's like, yo, tomorrow, bro, what do you want? What's the car that you really, really want? And I'm like, I'm not sure yet, but I think it's a Porsche. He's like, all right, tomorrow we going to Porsche. I'm like, whoa, Len dog.
Yeah.
I don't even have my first property. Don't got no passive income. He's like, no. You got to go to Porsche tomorrow. We're going to go to Porsche.
Yeah.
You're going to sit in the car you want. You're going to smell it. You're going to feel the wheel.
Yeah.
And then, because he was talking about back in the day, he used to go to the dealership, to his dream car, put money down so he would be forced to come back.
Yeah.
So now he got to go home and just figure out how he can get the money to come back. He just talk about throwing yourself in the pool.
Yeah.
He ain't manifesting it.
Nah, I feel that.
He's like, I'm going to jump in, kick my legs, and I will not drown. I'm not going to die here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then end up come back. I like that. I don't know what that's called, but
I don't know what that's called neither, but
that's dangerous.
For the-
Most people probably shouldn't do that.
and for the viewers, I mean, there's enough people that's out there that jump into shit that they can't afford.
Right.
So, yeah, it's powerful, bro. Like, people do it every day. So if you imagine before you take that step, you actually said, you know what? I want a house. I want to be an investor. And how do you do that? You stand by Lenny, right? And learn everything it takes to become that investor. It's going to happen. All right, what money do I need now? I need $20K. You do everything that you have to do to get that $20K, and now that money pays for the dream car, or you know, the whatever the case may be, whatever you want. But it's got to be a step before that. Like, you in this apartment, that's survival. That's life. You need this, right? You have to have this, and it should be something good.
No, you don't. That's argued.
No, fuck that.
I could have got a much cheaper place.
Yeah, you could have, but then I wouldn't be coming through as much, right? You know,
we could have do a cool podcast.
Cool ass podcast.
Oh, look what we manifested.
This is all manifested, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, definitely, man. I had something for you guys a second ago. You know, we was talking offline. We were talking about success and happiness, right? So, you correct me if I'm wrong, but success is getting what you want, and happiness is wanting what you get. I let that one sink in. Success is getting what you want, and happiness is wanting what you get.
I love that.
Yeah.
Are you happy right now?
I am happy.
No, when I say I'm talking about this very moment. Are you having this exact moment? Are you having the feeling of happiness? Or are you just neutral and peaceful.
I'm at peace.
Right. So with that said, like if happiness comes and goes the same way that sadness comes and goes, should that be something we're chasing, or should that be?
You're the man. I like that. Now, I don't think it's chasing it, but from what I just said, it's wanting what you get. So there's certain cards that are played in life that you can't control.
Mm-hmm.
When I had my 2 kids, at some point in life, I'm like, I want a girl and boy before I ever had kids. That was my dream. So I had them.
Mm-hmm.
So
You manifested them?
I manifested them, bro. Right? I'm like, I'm going to have a girl and boy. And I'm happy because that's what I wanted and that's what I got. I couldn't control that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control that at all.
You could if you put the legs a certain way. I heard that you could.
If you hit it from the back. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Happiness in terms of that, yeah, I'm happy. My relationship with my team, my friends, I can't control that. I can remove myself from it, but I wanted that. I wanted a good, healthy relationship, and that's what I got. So that's where happiness comes in for me. The success is wanting what you get, or
like
getting
that.
what you want, rather. Getting what you want.
Yeah, that's success.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, hopefully, through your financial mentorship,
yeah.
through your real estate mentorship, I too can be happy. Yo, I want to say thank you for coming. You're going to see Lenny a lot, man. You're going to see Lenny a lot. You know, this was episode 1. Lenny's bringing a friend next time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
TV star.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
we won't say yet. But yeah, man, episode 1.
Nah, this
you know,
was good.
bumps
This
and
was good.
bumps
I
and
like
bruises. We're gonna
Yeah.
get. Trust me, we're gonna get comfortable. We're gonna
Yeah,
get
this
nice.
is
You're
good.
gonna figure out where you want to sit,
Yeah.
in what chair, how your headphones want to be slung. But
Absolutely.
you know, this is just a test run. You know, and we're not out to be the biggest podcast in the world. But we're out to make the biggest bag of money in the world. You dig?
Listen,
And
listen, it's impact over income. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about riches. I don't know if it was on this podcast or the ones before that we tried to film.
Yeah.
But we talked about riches, and riches is defined by the impact. It's not defined by a dollar amount. How many people can you impact? How many people are going to come to your goddamn funeral and say, damn, I missed this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I need my funerals to be long.
I need my shit lit.
I'm gonna
I
be
need
watching.
them outside from the bleach, from the
We
yeah,
love Big Papa.
y'all gotta be carpooling to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, Prada?
Yeah.
The fuck? Not Prada.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Lenny, any last words?
I just want to say one thing.
In Spanish?
We see
Okay.
is that whenever you start whatever new venture or whatever, like when I first got into real estate, I think I got lucky on some things, right? You know, I took some risks and whatever. You make money. I happen to make a lot of money, and then I lost everything. 2008 crash came. All these other things. We'll talk about it in the next podcast. Getting back to where you were in past, when you have nothing, no money, no credit, no nothing,
Yeah, bro.
is really a true test.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
That's
And we'll
exact-
we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
That's-
because
that-
that's the comeback.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, being able to help other people and do all that stuff, it's a wonderful feeling. You learn from I know we talked a lot about success and stuff,
Yeah.
but there's failure in there too.
Yeah.
And you learn from your failure.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to talk about that.
That's deep.
And that's exactly where I am in my story.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly
The
where
comeback, Porter. Come
That's
on,
right.
I am.
baby.
Come back, man.
Let's go.
Hey, thank you. You've listened to episode number 1, Porter vs. Prada.
Let's go.
What's your words?
Let's get active.